The Secretary of the Annual Conference is an office within the conference. It is the point in which the General Church is connected with the Annual Conference. The Secretary is the one that maintains the minutes and puts the minutes together, that it becomes a legal document. And we also are in charge of keeping track of the members of the Annual Conference, both lay and clergy alike. First-time members of Annual Conference should expect a place where it is like a large family gathering. It is a place that we come together for worship, a place where we come together for joy. We grieve those who have passed away, but it's also a time where we do the business of the conference, of the church, to be able to make disciples of Jesus Christ. In order to speak at the Annual Conference, there is going to be a highlighted sheet of paper in your packet, and in order to speak, you would need to raise that highlighter sheet of paper. When the bishop recognizes you to come to speak, she will tell you, Bishop Sue will tell you which microphone to go to, and you will proceed to that microphone, at which point you would then begin by recognizing who you are through your name, your status, lay or clergy, your district that you're serving, and your local church. If you're making a motion or an amendment, you will, once you've been recognized, you've gone to the microphone, you've already named who you are, you will then make your motion or your amendment, and then directly after having made that motion or amendment, you will need to come to the Secretary's desk, which is up at the front of the Annual Conference where the Bishop and I are sitting, and there will be some paper forms up there. This form is actually, there's 3 sheets in this form. You'll fill it out, you'll put today's date, the time, your name, your church, your district, and literally the language of what you've made, your motion or your amendment. After that, you'll hand it to me there in the front, and I will give you one of these copies. There's actually 3 of these. I will hand you one of them back. I will have one, and Bishop Sue will have one for the business of the Annual Conference to then handle that motion or that amendment. If you're making a point of order, this is a little bit different than a motion or an amendment where you would hold up your card. If you're making a point of order, you would just yell out, "Point of order!" And once the bishop has recognized you, you would then go to the microphone, state your name and your information of your lay, clergy, district, and local church, and then you would state your point of order. After you have made your point of order, you will still need to fill out one of these forms that you can come up to the desk to receive or use the digital form provided by that QR code. What's new this year? Well, we've already talked about the paper form, but this year we're also going to be having this form provided digitally as well. And so in order to get that digital copy of this, which we would really encourage you to do so, is to use the QR code that's being provided in your book of reports, and it'll also be posted around where the Annual Conference is being held. And so after you have made your motion or your amendment or your point of order, fill out the form digitally, and it will also then go to you and to the appropriate people that need that information. After the Annual Conference Secretary has a lot of work yet to do. They've finalized the minutes with the Minutes Committee that you all have approved for them to do. And as I said, the Annual Conference Secretary is the connection between the Annual Conference and the General Conference. And so we make aware to the General Conference the changes that have been made in leadership and in our local churches, new churches that have been planted or churches that have been discontinued.